Morning, good morning. What's happening, family? Welcome to the show. It is Michelle Bryan here at WNOV 860 AM, 106.5 FM. You're listening to Say Something Real and Real Talk. Yeah, this little snow dusting, the snow need to go. Now, it was cute for Thanksgiving, or whatever we was doing. Like, okay, love it, love it. It needs to move on. Come back on Christmas Day and then get on up out of here. Look, Shelby just hit me up. What up, Shell? She said 4 inches of snow here in Cincy. The kids got a snow day. Ooh, 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 ooh.
For 4 inches?
But look, because it depends on where you at, man.
Yeah, I guess.
Because
Cincinnati?
Atlanta shut it down for.
Yeah, but that's Ohio. Ohio is accustomed to snow.
Atlanta, but depending on what if they already may have had though.
True.
Because I was laughing. Oh, look at this tractor's jackknife. I was looking. My neighbors, they had put damn. Is that the Indiana?
I think
that 45 car pile. Oh, that was Kansas.
Kansas, yeah.
Man, it's rough out here, y'all. Please get these ball damn tires off y'all.
Kojak tires.
Y'all had all year to get you one tire at a time. Get these raggedy tires.
I got stuck one time. My guy came out to help push. He said, "Man, if you had just one thread on that tire, you could have came up out of there. Just one thread." God rest his soul.
Keep you some cardboard in the car.
Keep some
Oh,
cardboard
it
back
is
there.
true, yeah, because you put it under the tire. That's the hey.
Yeah, that's
Poor
the
man's-
old man.
That's
I done seen
the-
that cardboard slide right on through there.
Oh, I have seen the side of the
Right
cardboard.
at you.
That lets you know how ball you used to
Right.
be.
You really thought that was gonna work, player?
Look, so I said priorities.
Hey,
Priorities.
Don't repeat this. That made me think of my wife one time. She how should I tell her?
You said don't repeat this
And then
on
you
the
said it.
radio?
Yeah.
But wait, on the radio.
Yeah, she might be listening
Okay,
too.
go ahead,
But
tell
one
us.
time she went out late and I wasn't supposed to know she was gone. But somehow or another when she come back, she had done got a flat.
She had done got a flat.
Yeah, she had done
the
got a flat.
education level in this
But
room.
what she
She
did,
had done got.
what
a
she
flat.
did to try to fix the flat is what amazed me.
What she did?
She took a roll of duct tape.
No, she
Yes,
did.
she did.
No, she
I
did.
got pictures, Michelle.
No, she did not.
She took a roll of duct
Come
tape
on,
No,
man.
that's funny.
and tried to fix the
That's
tire. Yeah.
That's funny.
Jackie did not.
Jackie
do
took a
that.
roll of duct tape out there. That'll probably be my last Simon Croquette breakfast in the
Don't
morning.
have a sister out there like that.
She did. She tried to fix it with duct. She said she knew it wouldn't fix it, but she thought it would slow it down until I got up. She wrapped that tire.
Well, number one, I respect the
phone
ingenuity.
might be
I
ringing anyway.
and I respect the work. I respect. She did was so much about it that I
She
respect.
tried.
Yeah,
She
she
tried.
tried.
She wasn't trying to disturb you right away. Somebody said as long as she got home, that's clever.
I want
I thought she put the duct tape on after she got home.
Somebody else said, yeah, y'all, down in Birmingham, they shutting the whole town down. Oh, you got
Really?
that right. Georgia, Birmingham.
yeah,
Yeah, baby. It ain't happening. Like, that was the first time I had ever seen chains on tires. I was like,
But I guess they getting hit pretty bad down there.
yeah, they getting broke
Yeah.
off. They getting broke off.
I'm glad we got ours over with.
Yeah, but those folks are not accustomed to getting it at all. So they shutting towns down. Like Atlanta, if they get a
Yeah,
dusting,
man,
they shut it down.
yeah, the whole country got hit.
Yeah, I mean, and look, we supposed to get another little blast today. So I'm
Arctic.
just
It was
yeah.
cute yesterday evening. We got a little.
I mean,
dusting.
but it was a little dusting, even though you could tell people was, like I said, them tires was raggedy because folks were shifting when they
Well, they was getting
shouldn't.
their Dan Jensen on.
I'm just saying, like, hey, bro, this a teaspoon of little dusting. You shouldn't be sliding right now. So it means some, and
some,
like,
some
and
of
this
them
is the
cars
thing
you have to
too.
realize.
Some nice cars.
Yeah,
with
but
ball
some of those
tires.
cars, like my Chrysler 300,
Mm-hmm.
I realized really quickly, like first snow, that it is not intended to be even. Well, I did have my 22s on.
I
it.
was gonna say
Was it
it
two-wheel
depends on
drive
your
or four-wheel?
tires.
No, Michelle.
Because my mama had a Chrysler.
Yeah, but she probably had front wheel drive one.
Yeah, because I had.
That rear wheel
Well, yeah.
drive one ain't
But that's
no
just like-
it
good.
was trash.
But that's like
Yeah.
the Mercedes Benz. If
Yeah.
you don't get that, what is it?
Formatic.
Yeah.
That's what I got. I got the Formatic.
If you ain't got a
still choose
Formatic
not
and
to
you
drive
driving the
it, though.
Benz in
Yeah.
Wisconsin,
So
you
we can
messing up.
Forget it.
See,
You messing
yeah,
up.
because with the formatics don't automatically kick in.
Yeah, it sensors. It knows that it needs to
And
engage
if
the
there is no
4 wheel.
Formatic, you ain't
holler.
you ain't doing nothing to this stuff. Oh wait, let me tell you what happened to Keisha yesterday. Keisha called me yesterday. She said, "You will not. I just got to tell this to somebody." I said, "What's going on?" She said, "I left the house on my way to work, and she said that her sensor came on, saying her door was open, and so she was like, my doors ain't open." So when she got to the light, she said she hit the unlock thing to get out. Like, let me check the doors. The car would not let her out. It would not unlock her doors. And so she said, she was like, wait, what's going on? And so eventually, like, she had to put her hazards on because then the car locked on her and would not drive. And so she called Mercedes. They got the in-car like OnStar. So she called Mercedes and they was like, hey, so your car probably froze. It's frozen from the weather. So do this and this, and it should unlock your doors and you should be good to drive, but drive it to us. She had to drive that car to Mercedes. I mean, they came and got that car. She drove that car to Mercedes so that her car could thaw out. But what was so crazy, she had driven the car the day before.
Yeah,
So, but
she
it
didn't
locked
make the
on
mistake
her.
of getting it washed prior to the storm. Did
No,
she?
No.
But
I see
it's
people
like
do that,
literally.
which is
But
goofy.
just think about that. The car locked in a way that she could not open the
yeah.
car door. She could not get out
from the inside.
from the inside.
So just imagine all of these other electric cars.
Yeah.
That's out. And I was telling people because I remember the one year that when they had that electric car graveyard
In Chicago.
In Chicago,
Yeah.
a whole bunch of cars.
Joyce
that
was not working.
I mean, couldn't start. I mean, they stuck for, and it was a period of time. It was a couple of days that it was cold, so they was stuck. And I'm like, man, why would y'all get a car that really controls you?
But you don't think about that when you buying it.
Man,
and
who
nobody
don't?
has told you. You would think that if you selling an electric car, you put a battery in here that can withstand these kinds of conditions.
Man,
that's what you would think.
When you see
You're
that,
not thinking
They
about
say
that.
that the whole bottom of that car is the battery.
yeah, it's 20. Listen, if the battery go out, that's 20-something thousand for the battery.
Yeah, the whole bottom of that car is the battery.
So if I see a car with a sticker price that look like a social security number, I'm gonna have questions.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, I just don't know that you think about all those things when you're making that initial purchase.
I do.
And that's why when people tell you do some research, ask some questions,
crazy. Yeah,
you have
like,
to
man,
do
you gotta
that.
think
But
like
I
See,
just was glad
those-
that
they
girl wasn't
also-
on the freeway or nowhere, and that joint
Yeah.
started acting a fool.
or
Because she
if
said
it caught
sensor lights.
fire.
Yeah, she was just like sensor lights was just going off, and she was
But I'm
like,
gonna tell
"Wait
you
a minute."
another factor that people liked about driving the electric cars is that when you filed your taxes, you would get like $4,500 back.
Oh yeah, you got
Just
a
because you were
a
driving
tax
an electric
credit,
car.
Well,
but you
yeah,
don't get
they
it no
trying to-
more. Trump and them got
I
rid of
know
all
they
of that.
stopped it. Yeah,
Well, yeah, because they was trying to push people more towards that, which again is stupid because if you're driving and your battery run out, you stuck. If you ain't by no charger, you on the
But-
freeway stuck.
No, but I mean, but if number one, you're gonna be conscientious of that. It'll tell you
yeah.
how far you can
I
go.
get it. But,
You know,
I mean,
and
just
they're
like
getting
gas,
charging
though.
stations more.
I get it. But you know how you can drive your car and forget that, man, I'm low on gas. You just get in
No,
and
you
drive.
ain't gonna forget what
No.
that electric
Well,
car.
I mean, sometimes it happens. So you be like, oh, I got to go to the gas station because I'm low on gas. But
But
if
you're
there's
not.
no charging ports.
But you understanding what you're driving, and like I
Damn that.
personally prefer a hybrid, so I could do
There you
either
go.
or. But understanding what you're driving,
I don't want
you know,
that.
it changes the way you behave. You're
I
gonna
don't
do
want that
stuff
thing.
differently. You're gonna do stuff differently. But I'm not an electric car fan. I don't want one.
No, ever.
I'm not gonna say. I'll
What
never
about
get
a
one,
hybrid?
but I'm just not a
You
fan.
wouldn't take a hybrid?
Is it
Yeah, I would
electric?
take a hybrid. My son got a hybrid.
Well, hybrid is both.
Electric and gas.
Yeah, my son got a hybrid.
Yeah, see, yeah, because if there's ever a point that the electric run out, you can just run off the gas. But yeah, that's
But I didn't like, because when we rented a Tesla when we were out in Arizona, and you know, we had to go to the charging station. And so they got like the hyper fast charging stations and then the regular ones. And so, you know, I watched my son make the reservation. Then we went, and I think ours might have been high speed, but we still, you know, we got out and went shopping and then came back.
still
And,
weren't charged.
well, it was charged, but you know, we had to go kill time. And I'm like, yeah, I don't
Yeah,
plan well
you gotta
enough to
sit
be
for
doing
2
all of
hours,
that.
an
That's
hour,
that's a
2
lot.
hours for it to
That's a lot.
charge.
So aren't you
But
supposed to do that at home?
Yeah, but if you drive throughout the day,
yeah, no, because like some of them you only good for 300 miles.
Yeah.
You know, so and like we was riding from the Grand Canyon back into wherever the heck we was.
Mm.
And so you know, that's why they trying to put these charging stations all over, you know, the country so that people have access. Like I go to gas stations now and I see the charging stations. In Madison, they all up and down the street in Madison. Charging stations. But and then when the house that my little god niece rented her Airbnb, it had they had a charging station in their house.
Mm-hmm.
So she was able to charge the car while they were staying at that house, which is cool.
so is there any charging stations over in this area here? Because I have yet to see one over here.
Um,
I can't say,
Yeah, I have yet to see one over here.
but I know that they're talking about putting
there
them
may be
in.
some at Mayfair.
Yeah, but you would have to go.
And
way
there's
up.
some apartment complexes that got charging
I
stations.
get it. But I'm talking
Oh,
about-
and yeah, I've seen some in the Milwaukee area for sure. Because it's
on the north side.
I'm trying to think. Well, I don't really
haven't
know where in
saw-
the north
I haven't-
side.
I haven't saw not one charging station on the north side.
I don't know that I've seen.
I know I have.
That's a good question. I have to think about
I
it
know I ain't
or look
tripping.
around. But yeah, I'm just not. I'm not a fan. But anyway, somebody said Bayshore Mall and
Bayshore.
Myers.
Yeah,
Patrick
it ain't
said
the north side.
Woodman's.
Woodman's. Yeah.
Patrick
Yeah, but that
Riley
ain't the
said
north side.
Woodman's.
Well, you know, it's okay.
Neither of us own one, but I guess it's good information for our listeners.
I mean, well, it's a real conversation though. It's a
Yeah.
real conversation.
Bayshore Mall, huh?
Man, why you take his call?
Well, you know, I
Told
figured
you got to
that he'll bring some of the
Then we said we was
warmness.
gonna start screening.
I did. I
and we was
screened
gonna
it.
add 4 names to the
Oh,
list. Was
I
his
said-
one of them?
Nah,
Whose name was it? Christopher?
Christopher, John,
John, definitely.
Meech.
and Beach.
And JT.
And I think they said Al, but Al, my gosh.
Yeah, we ain't screening
Well,
that.
we
No,
gonna
we
put
can screen
JT on
Al
there.
keep me
No,
laughing
we ain't
doing
put-
that.
we ain't
No,
put JT
my
ain't on
daddy,
there.
man.
All right, let me
Oh,
just go
boy.
get this abuse out the way.
Papa.
Hey caller, what's happening? Hello?
You know what it is.
Oh, jeez.
This dude here.
All right, nothing else to do. What's going on,
Let me
bro?
say, you know, I don't think the inner city will probably ever have charging stations because, you know, these folks here, they got copper in them, and they be taking the plugs.
Wait,
He
what?
said that plugs have
You heard
copper.
what I said? They
The-
got copper
the
in
charging
in the
station
line.
has
Oh,
copper
They got
in it.
copper in the charging station. Yes, they man. That's how when Arizona for a whole bunch got them. Certain spots will be gone because they take the copper out of them things.
What?
They got copper in those things.
Okay.
And yeah, so and then let me tell you, and then because you know stuff crazy, I will never get an electric car because you know those Waymores, you know the Waymores, right?
What is that? No.
That's the self-driving car. You know, it's like a Uber. You get in,
Oh
and you drive
yeah,
it, but
yeah.
yeah. So you know those things they don't understand everything. They still learning them.
Right.
They had a standoff, and that car didn't know what to do. It went right through the standoff. You know, because you know regular things. You know, you ain't got to stop at a caution sign. We got the yellow tape up. Stop. They don't know nothing about that.
And you just
Dude, you just in the
you
back
just in
seat
the-
screaming.
That could have been bad because they could have shot that car up.
Oh.
No, they could have shot. Hey, they could have shot that car. That dude could have got loose.
Oh my God.
That's funny.
Okay, yeah,
I'm just
something to
telling
think
you.
about.
Don't-
Something to
That's
think
funny.
about.
That's funny.
Those cars are not made for that. But sometimes when they go crazy, they don't have no alerts. The alerts is for them to stop where they at, no matter where they at, and
Yeah,
that's
I've
that.
seen that.
Yeah,
I've
and you
seen
know
that.
what? And that just made me think, what if it was a high speed chase and you in one of those cars? And that
You
car
dead.
don't know to stop. He just driving. You go,
No, see that?
yeah. I didn't even think about
Yeah,
that part
and-
until you said that.
Yeah, and also too with those cars, like you can't get out until the time you'll stop.
Oh no.
Wait, what now?
So you wait.
You
So
can't be
you
like, pull
so
over
you
right here
locked
and let
into
me
the
out.
car until you
Yeah,
get to your.
You until you get to your stop. That's where you gotta go because the guy was going to the airport downtown to go to the airport in Phoenix. He goes to there. The Waymore got confused and kept taking him in a circle in the airport. He was almost late to make his flight.
That cat was dizzy and he couldn't get out.
Okay.
And they got videos of these cars and they catch on fire because they had a big one. I don't know if I can't remember where it's at. It might have been here though. But the whole Waymore got on fire because of one of those electric batteries and it burnt up a bunch of cars.
Dang.
Well,
Yeah, man, I would never get an electric car.
Never,
Good.
ever.
Well, thank you for this enlightening discussion
that
this
is
morning.
funny.
Look,
That's funny.
And now I pulled it up and I'm seeing all the different stories about people
thank
cutting
you
the
for your,
cable on the charging stations to
Dude.
get that wire.
Your insight.
That
Get that
is
wire.
funny, man.
Hey,
Yeah.
that is the new Cadillac converters right there.
So you know what? And then, so to the point, like you said, this, so you'll never see them in the inner city. Just think about what you just said.
Man,
Yeah, you said the new Cadillac converter.
Crazy.
The scrapyard ain't gonna have no scrap. It's gonna be a Tesla cables.
Because and so they said like this in this area, they said you can get about $20 per cable. So you
Man,
can,
that's a good hit for somebody.
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah, because again, I couldn't see the port being over here because you already know.
You know, it may make a difference if they're 24-hour
First of all-
stations. If you're
Well,
not
first of all,
24 hours,
it's a $90,000 car. I mean, brand new. There's people driving $90,000 car, but before I get off the phone, you know those new Volkswagen Beetles?
Yeah.
You know the old, look like the old ones, the new ones. I know somebody that had to have one. That's a van. You think you could drive so far and go far with them? No, if you trying to go to California, it's gonna take you 8 hours because you gotta keep stopping and stopping and
right.
charging.
Right.
That's trash.
You can't travel. Those are inner city cars, hustling, bustling, real quick. That's not for you to go to Mississippi to all the way back up to Milwaukee. That's not for that, or you'll never make it.
But the other thing too, like I just pulled it up because I was like, I know there are some inexpensive electric cars, and so Nissan has one, the Nissan Leaf, 28,000 manufacturer, the Chevy Bolt, 28,000. Even Tesla did like some Teslas under 40,000.
Yeah, but again, though, guess what? You got to keep stopping, got to charge it, like you say. You got to pause your day.
Oh yeah, no, I get that piece. Yeah, I got that.
That's why I will never do it because if you're traveling so much and that's your main car, what you gonna do? You gotta leave 3 days before you get there because your car don't gotta charge you some doggone where.
Yep, that's true.
All right, well, we just want to thank you with all that good news you spread this morning.
Right.
It's better than putting Vaseline on your elbows.
You know what? See, you had to mess. Bye. Hang up on you, man. So never. And then look, like everybody that's sending me stuff is not actually in Milwaukee proper. Somebody just said charging stations at Walmart, 43rd and Greenfield. Yeah, no, it's okay.
Yeah.
All right, let me get this caller real quick. Hey, caller, what's happening? Hello.
Hi. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hi. How you guys doing?
Good morning. How are you?
All right. I have a question. It's yesterday they did the even side of the street with the plowing, and they never came and got the leaves. Then the leaves was down from probably like the 20th. So they just, went past it, and it's like up and down the whole block. So, I mean, when do they come get those now that they just bypassed it by plowing?
So I know we got notification, that the leaf collection was on pause while they had to deal with the snow. And I know we even had our recyclables, which was supposed to be picked up yesterday. We got notification that it would also be on hold until they dealt with the snow. So the one thing you can do is there is the fall leaf collection, a number you can call to find out when they're going to be in your area to get those leaves up. But depending on when your schedule was, if you weren't scheduled before that snowstorm fell, or it coincided with that snowstorm, then of course the snowstorm became the priority. And then they're letting people know we will come back and get those leaves. In our case, we had a combination of snow and leaves. And so, yeah, we saw all kind of stuff in the street. And I know this morning when I came out, I could tell they had come through and cleaned some of that up. But yeah, you do have the ability to just reach out to the city number and they can tell you in your area when they'll be coming through again to get those leaves. You need a number or are you
Okay.
good?
No, I can look the number up, but like I said, it was they had did like the odd side on the 18th of this month. So I just assumed the next day they was coming doing the even side. But like I said, this is way before the snowstorm. This is like I said, the 19th. And I mean, we got like big piles, like
Of the
like 4
leaves.
big piles. I mean, literally almost as tall as a person.
Yeah, no, it looks like it went slower than a lot of people expected. Like you said, even before the snowstorm. But when in doubt, always call your alderperson. If you know who that is, hit your alderperson. But you can call the city sanitation department directly and get information about when they're gonna be in your area again on those leaves. And that number is
Okay. Yeah, my
286
best friend
city.
works for the
Just
city.
so you know.
He's a supervisor. Actually, my best friend is a supervisor for the sanitation. So I call him.
Yep, just call, bro, and they'll let you know. Thank you for that
Okay.
call. I
Thank you.
appreciate you. All right, now I got another caller, and I know because I was like where we live in our yard. You like, man, we look the other way on them tree. I mean, on them leaves until all of them fall because it's so many trees. It's stupid. But there's this neighbor that's 2 houses down.
Mhm.
When I tell you, like, first of all, because Keisha paid for a service to come get the leaves in our yard. I just gotta be honest. Cause I used to rake, but I'm like, man, I'm getting too old for this. I can't be raking all these leaves. And Keisha ain't getting out there. So she's like, that's why I go to work. Call me a service. And so we got a service. I looked out the window. They out there getting them leaves up. I was like, whoa, whoa. It ain't nothing like having a job, boy, I tell you. And so but this neighbor that's 2 doors down, I love this man. Cause when I say he is an old school man's man that, like, if I can do it myself, I'm not gonna pay nobody to do it. You can just see that kind of mentality about him. And his yard is like Keisha's them yard. It's a full with trees. Man, I watched that man lay that big old tarp down and he just rake, snow, leaf blow, get all that stuff. He was dragging that tarp, and that tarp looked like it could cover like 2 king size beds. He was dragging that tarp up to the top, rolling all them leaves out, doing it again. I think it took him like maybe 2 trips to get all of them. And I couldn't help but smile because I see him just doing all of that stuff and knocking it down. And this brother get up and go to work. This man get up and go to work early in the morning. And then you see him, he don't even get in the house. He go right to what he got to do in that yard. And then he finally go in. I said, boy, you remind me of my granddaddy so much. So his brothers out here getting it in. I kudos to him because we was laughing like,
It's gonna be one of those days, huh?
We ain't raking.
It's gonna be one of those days.
Say what?
It's gonna be one of those days.
What you talking about?
You ain't said good morning, nothing. Just boom, got deviated.
Ralph Tresman.
Yep.
Did you see calls start coming in right away?
Mm-hmm.
Did I already see you this morning?
Mm-hmm.
I watched you eat your salmon, croquettes, and bacon and brag about how good Jackie was to you today. Didn't I already do this off air?
That wasn't for you. That was intentionally done.
It was
in
off
front
air.
of Jermaine. And we did not offer him any. We offered you some, however.
You know what?
He comes in here every morning with his little Robert Powell meal.
Robert Pyle meal.
Yeah. Okay.
I need to take a break anyway.
Can you say good morning first?
It's 7:28. They all right. They all right. I am over for my break.
It's
So
gonna be the first time you've been over for your break.
Uh-oh. Rouge, shots fired.
Wait, did you see me lean back? Lean
Damn,
back.
damn.
No, it ain't that. It ain't that. This
What
ain't
you
no
got?
Esther.
It was something else.
The lean back, baby.
Lean back. Lean back. Lean back.
Oh, yeah. Let's go to break so I can have a chat with Debo off air.
I'm not talking.
What?
I'm done.
Oh, now you done.
Yes.
Oh no, we gonna have a
Funeral services for Debo will be held.
visitation.
Is that your
Visitation.
That's what.
That's your
Funeral services.
No, what's from the home?
Somebody said, Debo, it's not about you this morning. She said good morning already. I love
She
the
didn't say
listeners.
good morning to us. She skipped right past us.
Funeral services.
The man coming here showing favoritism, so I had to get him back.
Debo will be held.
For who? Funeral
WNOB.
service for who?
For Debo will be held at the
See that?
WNOB.
That's why the camera ain't on you.
For Debo.
For Debo, please send flowers to 3345 North 2nd Street.
Please send salmon
What address is
croquettes.
that?
I don't know. I just gave somebody's
That's
address.
like 2nd and Townsend, man. Ain't no funeral home over there.
Send salmon croquettes.
Send salmon croquettes and a pair of socks to 3324
You see, y'all saying that.
North 24th Street.
See, when you said that pair of socks, you know my story, right? I did a gift exchange at 1290.
Oh, here we go.
And-
He got to
and-
tell us a sad story.
No, it
Again.
wasn't sad, but it's why I really like shy away from gift exchanges.
What happened?
Because the dude was supposed, first off, you got $25 limit. And so I get this 3-pack of socks, but it say 4-pack on the pack.
Oh, so somebody took a pack.
Yeah, he finally told me years later, man, I had a meeting that day and I needed a pair of them socks. That's not, just tell me that ain't raggedy.
You know what?
Then, same station.
Oh my God.
I was in the gift exchange the following year. They didn't show up my gift till January, about like around the 15th.
Dude.
This cat is going in today. Ain't he?
Then I was at one down at the bar I work at. This dude gonna give me it looked like something somebody gave him the year before.
Oh, he rewrapped it.
Yeah, he regifted on me.
Regifted.
It had like 3 little things. It was a cheese set with a little
Cheese.
yeah, with a
From
little
the year before.
yeah, with a little carving board and a little meat cleaver, just big enough to cut the cheese.
Do we need to ask the question? What's the worst gift you've ever gotten?
Yeah, I say
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe we need
we
to
need
do
to
that.
put that question out there.
'Cause
Then,
please,
he just created a Keith moment.
yeah,
That's
please.
So,
So,
the
yeah,
show
that's-
today is about
why
what's the worst
I really
gift.
don't like gift exchanges. They
Well, I want to do a gift exchange here at the radio station. Now that you done brought it up,
last time we did it here,
and I want to make sure I get your name.
okay.
I want to make sure I get your name.
Yeah, they
I
didn't even
need
ask
to-
me this year at the other.
We gonna do. Let's do
Yeah.
a gift exchange. I'm Mary Ellen. I know you listening. We want to do a gift exchange here at the station.
And
And
she wants it rigged so that she gets my name.
I got something
Look,
special for you.
it's I either want Keith or I want Diva.
No.
Either of them
Big
two.
payback.
Either of them two. All right, we gotta go to break. Y'all, I have done no show this morning. Messing with y'all. But we did do a quality segment on
Yeah, that was
Leaves
actually.
and
electric cars.
snow and
We
yeah,
got some people information on this. Okay,
right,
see, I
right,
can
right.
justify
See there? It happens.
what we've done.
Even accidentally, it
Yeah,
happens.
that's what you get over here,
Not
baby.
with
That's
Keith,
what
but
we
it
do.
happens with
Look,
you.
look, Mariella just texted. I got you.
Uh-oh.
Debo or Keith. LOL. That's the station. To the Christmas party at my house.
Cynthia Stokes Murray said, "I hate people who re-gift."
Oh, me too.
Well, it depends on like if you got a really good gift, but it's just not you. Because I've sometimes gotten really nice things, but like I'm never gonna carry it.
Yeah, but just
I'm never gonna use it because it's not my style.
I know, but just because that person thought about
So Michelle, if somebody gave you some white diamond,
oh,
what do you do with it?
Give it to an old lady.
Give it to an old lady.
Smell like a
And
church
let me
mother.
be clear. White Diamond used to be the jam.
Used to
It used to be the jam.
in the early 80s.
But
Jacqueline-
I would never wear it. So
Jacqueline Hudson chimed in. She said, "My gift exchanges have been horrible."
really?
Yeah.
Well, let's
See?
find out more when we come back from break because we sure got to pay some bills, man.
Well, look at you.
Hey,
being,
listen here.
Conscientious.
Mary, if you listening, I'm doing my job.
Oh, now that we on blast, we going to break. We'll be right back. You sell out. We going to break, y'all. We'll be right back. All right, folks, welcome back to the show. Say Something Real here at WNOV 860 AM, 106.5 FM. We had some folks that held through the break, so let me get them in right away. Hey, caller, what's happening?
Hey, Michelle, peace,
Hey,
joy, prosperity. I'm not sure why I'm compelled to share this with you, but
what's up?
you seem to understand everything. So I found out my wife was cheating on me, and I waited till she went to sleep, and I stole her wheelchair. Guess who came crawling back?
Kevin Butler. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Guess who
Guess it
came
come
crawling
crawling back.
back? Oh,
Y'all have a phenomenal day.
oh man.
You too, man.
Oh, that's a classic.
I can't say it
That's
like
a classic.
it was a silly man.
Said he stole her wheelchair when she was asleep. Guess who came crawling back?
And look, I'm a sucker. I was like, she was cheating on you in a wheelchair.
I was gonna say, oh
And he
man,
sounded really strong about
yeah,
it too.
man, real sincere, man. I almost dropped a tear.
Guess who came?
That was funny.
That was
That
good.
made me think of the one I heard where it said the girl said my grandmama stole my weed, so I stole her wheelchair. And ain't nobody gonna be doing rolling nothing around here today.
I ain't rolling up, and you ain't either.
Really? Okay, that was a good one too. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah.
All right, let me go to the next caller. Hey, caller, what's happening?
Good morning, Michelle. How are you?
I'm good, Angela. How you doing this morning?
Oh God.
See, don't be what wasn't even with you. But now I am. So right out. You ain't got to let that nickel. You ain't got to have no Robert Powell meal. I got you with some smothered potatoes, with some salmon croquettes, with some bacon.
She said you ain't gotta have no Robert Powell meal.
You ain't never gotta have no Robert Powell meal. Debo wife ain't the only one that can cook.
So what is wrong with your listeners?
I wasn't even finna bother Debo. But since he said what he
Okay.
just said,
Robert
now
Powell.
you
man.
got to get what you got
I
coming.
cannot. I cannot. I cannot.
Wait.
Oh,
She said she gonna make you some salmon croquettes.
thank
I
you.
said you ain't the only wife, your wife ain't the only one that can cook that, but I can cook him some salmon croquettes, some sausage, bacon, some other potatoes, all the work.
She been in.
And he can have some pumpkin syrup.
Angela.
Yes,
Did
ma'am.
she say rabbit and squirrel? Did you say you
I
gonna make
did
him some
not
rabbit
say
and
that,
squirrel?
Debo. I did not say that. I said
Oh,
some
I thought I heard you say
country
rabbit and squirrel.
syrup. I said some country syrup. Get
Oh,
it right.
country
Don't be
syrup.
trying to talk.
You said
over
rabbit
your
and squirrel.
breath. I can't hear.
Rabbit and squirrel.
Carry on, Michelle.
Well,
She
thank you.
said carry on.
I'm on your
Thank you.
side.
I appreciate you. Thank you. Man.
Good morning, Michelle.
Oh, she
How
still
you
talking.
been?
Oh, hey.
Oh, she started all
I
over.
thought she had left. After she said carry
Oh,
on.
like she started over.
Michelle,
Like she hung up the car. Like, good morning, Michelle.
How you say she hung up?
Ma'am.
Yeah, yeah.
Michelle.
Ma'am.
Michelle.
Ma'am.
So listen,
Mama,
speaking
mama,
on the,
mama, mommy,
all
mama, mama.
all the person in my area, which is Andrea Pratt, right?
Yeah.
So you, me and you seem to we had a misunderstanding about her, but I'm just saying, now I don't get a chance to speak with her, but then another young man that's in her at work with her, named Quinn Taylor. He came in my home, sat on my couch, and said the same, didn't say the exact same thing, but he literally lied too. Because now we have decent conversations, respectful conversations. But now it's like he done fell off the face of the earth because he wanted to help me get a block watch going on and, appoint a captain and get the other neighbors involved. Now he's not responding. So why do my older lady, Andrea Pratt, and her people come in my home and sit on my couch and lie to me? Then they disappear.
So let me just make sure I'm clear. So they were supposed to help you try to get a neighborhood block watch set up?
Yes, ma'am. And, because I discussed with him about me going out there every morning before I got too sick, cleaning out, cleaning up the street, picking up all that trash and so on and so forth, and reporting things that need to be reported. So then he came to my house, sat on my couch, then he just fell off the face of the earth. Not returning phone calls, anything. It ain't like we had a misunderstanding. I didn't have none with her.
So it's a couple of things. In terms of the neighborhood watch. First of all, have you been able to talk to any of your neighbors to figure out if other people will join you in doing this?
Well, he had me. This was the reason why I had not as of yet, because he told me to hold off until he contacted me. So then when he did, I was going to go out there and contact some of the neighbors. But then I had not heard from him any longer.
Okay, so you don't have to wait for him. There's no need. You can ask, but the first thing is to identify other neighbors that are interested in doing what you do, because you can't have a watch by yourself. So
yes, I know that.
To find out, go if you, your daughter, somebody got time to tap into a couple of neighbors in the area and be like, look, would y'all be interested in doing this with me? If they say yes, let's do it. Then as a group, go ahead and decide, okay, we gonna start meeting on this day. The next thing that you would do is reach out to the Milwaukee Police Department's Crime Prevention Unit to let them know that you're starting this group and that you want them at your first meeting so that they can begin to give you some information. They can give you some more guidance about what's going on in your area in relationship to any of the crime aspect of stuff. But then you go ahead, hold your first meeting, set goals that you want to do, and then you can get other people involved. Another good thing to do is to talk to some neighborhoods who have neighborhood watches that have been started and just say, hey, how did y'all make it work? What were the steps that you went through? Do not wait on people and when they don't come through, because this is not something you got to wait on them for. It's not. I don't know why he told you to wait till he got back to you. You don't have to wait for nobody to start this.
But then we were supposed to be meeting at the library. He was going to establish something for us to meet at the library, on the village library. He never established that. I had to wait on him because he the one suggested that.
Okay, but you didn't. But I'm telling you now, you don't have to wait on anybody. If you want to do this, just go ahead and get started, Angela. But the first step, reach out to your neighbors. You ain't got to wait on people. You don't have to wait on nobody. You don't have to. I'm just being honest to God. You don't have to wait on anybody. This is something you can get the ball rolling and go on with it.
I know that. But I'm just saying, I understand what you're saying. Truly, I do. And I appreciate everything that you tell me when I speak to you, because you are a very blessed and intelligent woman, and I love you. And everything that you do.
And so are you. So leave these folks alone and go get it done.
Okay. So now, let me carry on with what else I got to say.
You got something else to say?
I'm going to get off the phone. Michelle, you better stop that. I hear you.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. Jermaine, you said my mic was off, man.
Don't you throw me in there.
You said my mic was off.
No. Go
ahead.
No, man. No, man.
You said my mic was off.
Listen,
ma'am.
You all have a blessed day.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm just so grateful to talk to you all every morning that I do. And I am under the weather, but y'all just pray for me that I get better. And Devo, get you some business, okay? Ride out.
Don't start. Don't start.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye, Angela. Bye.
And
just wait, just so you know, here I come. On the City of Milwaukee webpage, where it says Common Council members, there's actually a tab that says how to start a block watch. Form a small planning committee of neighbors to discuss needs, level interest, possible changes, and the concept. Contact the local police or sheriff. Publicize your meeting at least once a week. Select a meeting place, hold an initial meeting, elect a chairperson, ask for a block captain volunteers. Like they literally walk you through on the Common Council website, the city's website, about how to get this moving. So don't wait on nobody. Okay, what you got?
She said she was under the weather.
Under the weather?
Well,
Mhm.
ain't we all under the weather?
Everybody got joked this way.
I'm just wondering.
Everybody got joked.
But
this
we
morning.
all under the weather.
I'm
right?
done with you, bro.
Okay.
And mentioning jokes this morning, I have done everything I can to walk around. Somebody said good morning. She can also call Safe and Sound to help her in the neighborhood, in her hood. So Angela, that's another option as well. Safe and Sound organization, see how they can be of assistance to you as well. So I have skirted around this for as long as I can. My phone started, I heard, as y'all can hear, sometimes you can hear my pinging in the back on text messages. And messages started early this morning. I know you're going to talk about this. I know you saw this. I know you're going to have something to say. So overnight, people began to learn that Mandela Barnes, the former lieutenant governor for the state of Wisconsin, has officially let folks know that he is entering the race for governor. And he announced that early this morning, Tuesday, that he was going to be running. And, I had already heard over the weekend that for sure he was getting, we have been hearing for a while that for sure he was going to get in. It was just kind of interesting to kind of see what the timing was going to be. But early conversations, people who had, listened to his parents in different settings had said, and this like goes way back months ago. Somebody was in an area with his pop, and they said the way his pop was talking, it was real clear and definitive that Mandela was going to get in the race. Other folks have said that they definitely have had these conversations, that he certainly was going to get in. It was just a matter of timing. There has been a number of internal polling that has been done, and to try to gauge where he would be. And some of that polling, depending on which poll you look at, has said that if he got into the race, he would emerge as the front runner right away, based solely on name ID, I think, and name recognition. David Crawley, while well known in Milwaukee County, not well known statewide, even though he was a state representative, he represented a particular, district back here in Milwaukee. And so that was one of the things I think that was driving him. I haven't really decided. That's why I said I put the conversation off. I read to you guys a story that was done in the New York Times on Mandela, in which it to me read like a hit job, trying to keep him to get to stay out of the race, or but I'm not saying that the things that were said in the article weren't true. They interviewed people expressed their opinions. I guess I'm more interested at this point in what some of the listeners think about this whole announcement. I will say this. I made it clear that people got the right to do whatever they want to do in terms of running for office. Whether or not it's a wise thing to do is something totally different. And, but I'm going to just speak also not as a political pundit, somebody who's worked on campaigns, I'm gonna speak on the side of right now as a constituent, and somebody who's worked in legislative office. Okay, I'm gonna speak on that side. I don't see the work. I don't see the work. And I'm not talking about, the early work as an organizer with, Micah and the faith groups. I'm talking about the legislative record. I'm talking about the work as lieutenant governor. I'm talking about the work since being, a candidate for the U.S. Senate. And I'm going to say some other stuff that is going to be offensive on a lot of levels. It is what it is. For whatever reason, white people in this state have decided that Mandela is the next coming of Barack Obama, the next coming of mini Jesus, of, whatever. That's their man. And they do everything they can to prop him up, elevate him, give him a job, create a lane for him, clear the path for him. And I guess I keep trying to figure out, and what have you done that warrants all this white philanthropy, white political support? Because that's what it feels like. When you got to argue with a black man about coming to Black Talk Radio, I don't get a damn if you don't like me, even though I've never done anything personally to this man in my life. I you know, it's something that's a disconnect there. And you ride with who you ride with. You cool with who you want to be cool with. I'm not making this a racial thing, and other than I look at who are the people that push and the catalyst and who I'm surrounded with, and the fact that we got to ask questions about, oh, you don't know how to hire nobody black in your office, and people got to get talked about like a dog before you finally make movement and hire somebody of color, for them only not to stay there that long. And then you're gonna decide to run against Lena, even though your record was 0 for 0, and like, there are people like, Michelle, you just mad about that. I'm not, because he wasn't knocking me out no damn job. I was fine. But I just didn't understand, like, if this is really about serving people, you knew you wasn't the best man for the job when you ran against Lena. But you was listening to white folks. Sandy Pash and all the little white girls over in Shorewood who didn't like Lena Taylor. She was way too strong of a personality in Madison. And they were like trying to just, chomping at the bit to figure out how to get rid of her. So they was going to use this black man to take her out. And he happily acquiesced, knowing he had never passed a single bill while in the legislature. When we did that race, this girl had 100 bills under her belt, not co-sponsorships I tacked on to somebody else. This girl had stupid work history, and the community had receipts, and he had none. Not a single bill ever passed in his legislative career. Lakeisha came through the door and got 3 done out the gate. So legislatively speaking, I'm not talking about who's a nice guy and who's a sharp dresser and who runs marathons and who's just a spiffy person. I'm not talking about that. And I've said this over and over again. I'm talking about the work. That's why I had problems with the Senate race, because I know what kind of raggedy people we facing. I'm not getting ready to pay you $1 million for you just to go hold space and occupy time. I don't get a damn who supports you. I'm tired of promoting people and moving people along who half-ass do a job. We got enough legislators doing that right now. I am not on David Crowley's payroll. I have not endorsed David Crowley. I do not have a dog in this fight. I am coming from a perspective of somebody who wants to see the best that we can do for our state, for our community. I am looking for a fighter. Mandela Barnes has not indicated to me that he is capable of fighting for me. I don't see it. Tony Evers has been scrappy. Even though I have not always agreed with everything Tony has done, Evers is scrappy. He's slick with it. He will push back. Crowley has been diplomatic. He gonna go in the room. He gonna walk in the fire. He gonna have them conversations. He's gonna figure out how to get to a win. And whether it's always fully his idea or ideas of other people, and he ends up being the one to carry it across the finish line, there is a finish line. There are receipts now. This man done managed a county with a $1.34 billion freaking budget. There's a work history now. Mandela still don't have nothing that he relying on but them 4 years in the assembly and then the time as lieutenant governor where there was no real responsibility. You didn't really run nothing. Now you want to run a whole ass state. That's the part that keep killing me. I get so tired at every level of unqualified people getting these jobs. These are people, you can't go be the CEO of a company nowhere with these damn resumes. And that's not just Mandela, that's a whole bunch of people. Only in politics do we get people with BS resumes in leadership roles making decisions that impact our lives, like that mess going on in the White House right now. Donald Trump raggedy behind couldn't be a CEO at no reputable company. That's why he only can be the CEO of his own mess. No company would hire Donald Trump to run their organization. 5 bankruptcies, 6 under your leadership, lying on tax forms, bank applications. This man could never be a CEO while all these silly people running around thinking he's some business guru. There is no credible organization that will hire Donald Trump to run their damn bank, to run their organization, to run their company. Not one. His resume does not support it. I got to take a break. But this is my frustration. And I'm not going to tell you that he can't win. But this is my frustration. If he did win, what the hell would we be getting? A Negro who wasn't willing to come on 20th and Capitol and talk to the listeners of this station? What would we be getting? Somebody who can't even fight with me? But you're going to go fight for us on behalf? What would we be getting? I gotta take a break. But when I tell y'all I'm tired, because that's why our conditions don't change. That's why our community continues to struggle, because we keep sending mediocre ass people to do these jobs. I gotta take a break. I'll be right back.
This is my dad's jacket. UAW, Local 1866. He wore it everywhere because being a part of a union wasn't just a job. It meant you looked out for each other. It meant you had each other's backs. And back then, those were jobs that could afford you a home, support a family, and save for retirement. That's not the case anymore. It seems like the harder you work, the more Washington looks the other way. Lower taxes for billionaires, higher prices for working people. Under Trump, the name of the game has been distraction and chaos to avoid accountability. It's not about the real world. It's a show. Outrage, performances, everybody trying to go viral. Meanwhile, families doing everything right are still falling behind. So here's the reality check. The only way for our state to move forward is to reject the Washington way and get things done the Wisconsin way. It isn't about left or right. It's not about who can yell the loudest. It's about whether people can afford to live in the state they call home. A state where you can afford your health care, where your kids can learn a skill and stay close to home, where a good day's work earns a good day's pay, and where families can not only get by, but thrive. I'm Mandela Barnes. I serve Wisconsin in our legislature and as your lieutenant governor. I know how to bring people together, and I know how to get things done. I'm running for governor because this jacket wasn't just something my dad wore. It was a promise. We show up, we look out for each other. Wisconsin, let's get to work.
All right, so that is a commercial that is running. It dropped for Mandela's campaign, and his dad is actually featured in the commercial at the end. And you know, there were some things that I already saw just by way of working in politics the way I have, things that I've done. And it's funny because nobody think black folks know nothing, so they don't ever ask us. But it's all the subtle cues again about primarily who the campaign is targeted to, who he's going to need to help get him across the finish line. So folks are already beginning to kind of weigh in. How does this fare for the entire field of candidates, particularly on the Democratic side overall? Does it split the vote? Will some black people ride with David Crowley? Some black people ride with Mandela. We know that these are razor thin margins in terms of winning or losing the state. And so what does that look like? I remember when Tony Evers ran that very first time, the only city that had not come in yet was Milwaukee. Milwaukee had not come in yet. And Evers was doing well, but we still waiting. And when they said Milwaukee hadn't come in yet, we went to bed because we knew we had wrapped it up. We knew that Milwaukee was going to turn out for Evers. We literally were like, we call it a wrap. We went to bed and just woke up to wait to get the news. That's how confident we were that Milwaukee would swing for Evers. So in a primary situation, when we go to the polls in this is a fall election. So when we go to the polls in August and you begin to okay, so what does Milwaukee look like now with two black men in the race? How does that play out? And then if we mess up that primary and we don't get a strong candidate going into the general in November, then do we by default set up a scenario in which a Republican can get control of the governor's office again in Wisconsin? Because we already know what that looks like. The only reason why we've not had a bunch of the foolishness happening in Wisconsin that we've seen happening in other states, like Republicans openly stealing legislative seats from communities of color, like they're doing now down in Indiana, in Texas, in other states across the country, is because we've had a Democratic governor so that this bill could never be signed into law, and they don't have enough Republicans to override the governor's veto on a bill like this in Wisconsin. There has been a degree of protection we've been afforded on some level as a state because we've had divided government in that Republicans control the legislature, but a Democrat controlled the governor's executive branch, and then now the Supreme Court is more balanced in terms of the hard conservatives that have been running the state Supreme Court. It makes a difference where these chess players are, where these pieces are, and who's moved to what. And I just got to think about for a second, because let me tell y'all something. It's people that talk to other people about running for office all the time. These are not unknown conversations. And there will be folks that will sit back and take a hard look and they say, yeah, I could get in the race. But if I get in the race, how does that impact the community? And they play all these scenarios out. If this, then that, if that, then this. Is there a chance we risk that a Republican gets in? Can I be more useful in another way? Because sometimes you got to ask the question, is this about what's best for the community, or is this about what's best for me? So in Mandela's case, you ran for state senator. You weren't successful at that. You ran for lieutenant governor. That was a cakewalk. Only 2 Democratic candidates were in the race, him and Kurt Kober. And, you come through that little primary easily. And then you just ride Evers' coattails on into to the governor's mansion or into the executive office. You run for U.S. Senate. It's a close race, but you lose. Now I want to be the governor. What's the rhyme or reason? It almost sounds like I'm just looking for a job. I just want to be in the mix, because everything that was just said in that promo, the jobs is, folks working and can't get ahead, and, trotting your daddy out, with his union, get up. Like, don't none of that mean nothing to me. I hate to say it like that, but that means nothing to me, because at the end of the day, it's about results and what you can get done. I do not believe this dude is cutting for our community. Mandela is too easily led and influenced by white folks. And don't get me wrong, it's a whole bunch of Black elected officials that's led and influenced by what white folks want to see done. I'm looking for that candidate who got the backbone just to be. I don't care what room I'm in. I'm always Black. I'm always rocking for Black issues, but I represent everybody. Them the candidates that don't ever get nowhere, though. Because if you ain't doing enough white ring kissing, you don't get far. But I don't like the idea that the path was cleared for him for the U.S. Senate race, and good people got pushed out of the race so he could, try to advance his career. I don't like that. I don't like it. Because I'm also somebody that's fair. And my thing is, let me compete fairly. You ain't got to make a special way for me. You ain't got to, deny another man or woman an opportunity to go after their dream or go after their job so I can get mine. I don't need you to clear no damn path for me. I can duke it out in the ring with my opponents because I got a better message. I got a better plan. I got a pathway forward, and I can make my case to the people. And if the people decide I'm the candidate for them, then they gonna vote for me. That's the naive way I look at politics. But we watch people get pressured and moved around. So that's the thing I'm trying to tell y'all, is that by the time it gets to us, this is not my candidate. This is the candidate that people have selected for us. This is who's most palatable to white folks. That's what it is. And I get it. I understand the world we live in. I know how this stuff works. I'm not silly about the process, but it is so frustrating that our folks really think they voting for the candidate of their choice. This wasn't your damn choice. This is who they packaged and gave to you and said, now choose A or B. Y'all didn't go recruit nobody to run. Y'all didn't find y'all own candidates. Y'all ain't financing nobody. There's white boy money on all sides of the equation that's going to decide who get into the governor's office. Because we not investing like that. We not supporting like that. We don't contribute to campaigns like that. And then when I get there, who am I beholden to? Not y'all. I gotta get a caller in, but I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm not gonna get over the way that U.S. Senate race was run, because it was raggedy to me. It was raggedy. That folks gotta raise hell every day about you not showing up at Black Talk Radio. Negro kick rocks. You ain't got nothing coming from me. As bad as our conditions, our community suffers, and the conditions we face, and everybody else catch a cold, we get pneumonia, all the different things we got going on, and somebody got to beg you to come talk to Black folks at this radio station. And hey, you had plenty of stops, you could go plenty of places, but don't act like NOV is not a player in this conversation. If Joe Biden could call here, who the hell is you? If Kamala Harris could call here, who are you? If Jamie Harrison could call here and come here, who are you to say, I'm not coming to the Black Talk Radio? I can't. See, I didn't want to do it. That's why I want to talk about it this morning. I didn't want to talk about it this morning. Because see, that's ego, and that's white folks coaching you and telling you that we ain't nothing over here. You ain't got to worry about them. You put on enough plaid shirts and talk about enough damn peanut butter, and all the white folks in Wisconsin gonna get behind you on the Democratic side of the aisle. You ain't got to worry about them Negroes. Damn Michelle. Damn whatever's going on over at NOV. You can't represent, because this is the thing. I know people hated Lena Taylor. And by default, they hated me too. But baby, if they needed something, they didn't have to call us. We was coming. If we knew something wrong was happening and we could impact it, we showed up. At the end of the day, they couldn't do nothing but say thank you, because they knew wasn't nobody else coming. You work with and represent people who do not vote for you, who do not like you, who do not support you. But if you're a real fighter, and you know everything is on the line, your pride don't let you come. So cat, you ain't no real fighter. You're not trying to win. And I'm gonna be honest. Stop leaning on your damn daddy's work history. Where is yours? You 39 years old. At 39 years old, most of us should have a work history. Yeah, my daddy was in the union, but I ain't gotta keep leaning on that. You wasn't in no damn union. Lena would say on the campaign trail, I am the seed of a union worker. That was the end of the conversation. It paid for the house. It paid for the bills. But now let me tell you what I've done. Here's my record. Here's how I get down. Here's how I've moved for you. Don't keep talking to me about the promises and what's wrong. Tell me what the record is of accomplishment. This was an issue, and this is how I solved it. This was a problem, and this is how I fixed it. This is what was broken, and this is what I proposed to get it changed, and this is the movement that we got. You giving me promises like somebody who is brand new to the damn political scene. We all know what's wrong. Where is the work record? Where is the accomplishments? Don't tell me about you got elected. Tell me what you did after you got elected. Where is it? What did I say on this radio station? You're running for U.S. Senate. And when I went to your website almost a year into your campaign, it wasn't a single piece of policy, legislation, Nothing important on your damn website. Nothing, zero, nada, nada, nothing. After I clowned you on the radio, in 1 week, a dump. Oh, this is where Mandela stands on butterflies. This is where Mandela stands on the snow. This is where Mandela stands on Popeyes. All of it now just threw up onto the website. The only thing I could see on your website a year into your campaign, how to buy a t-shirt, how to buy a cup or a mug, and where you could donate. Does that sound like a serious candidate to you? I don't care how many endorsements you trot out. I can see. I have eyes of my own. I don't need nobody to tell me nothing about your campaign because I can see it for myself. And I've told you, pay attention to these people that endorse because they put their name damn near on anybody's stuff. Their name becomes worthless. It's some names you're going to see on every Democrat's literature. The so-and-so and so. I support. That's my boy. Anybody trying to hear that? Anybody trying to hear that? Tell me what the work is. Tell me what the accomplishments are. I'm going to say it like a broken record until the tape break. At 39, you should not be talking to me like you brand new out the gate. And look at the difference between what a Crawley commercial is going to look like and what Mandela's commercial is going to look like. Because David Crawley going to be able to say, I negotiated this. I got this done. I made this happen. I moved the needle on this. I brought you back. We got past. You see the difference? You see the difference? Because that's the stage we at in careers. Kelda Royce is going to be able to tell you what she's done in the state legislature. Francesca Hung and all her cussing foolishness, she should be able to tell you what she's done as a state rep and how that transfers into being the damn governor of the state. That's why I didn't want to go. I didn't even want to have this conversation this morning because I knew how I was going to act and respond. Let me go to the phone line. Hey, caller, what's happening? Hello.
Hey, Michelle, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you this morning?
So I texted you because I was driving in, and during the radio break, I heard that, he had jumped into the race, and I'm, not confused, but just concerned that, you have other people that have joined the race. And speaking to David, I'm not saying David or who's the better candidate. What I will say is, it seems like this is a ploy to split the vote so that somebody else goes through. It reminds me of a time in Racine when we had Mayor Jim Smith was running, and another black man, I will not say his name because he is no longer with us, but God rest his soul, he joined the race, split the vote, and Mayor Smith didn't move on through the primary, and when we got a different mayor who ended up was a rapist. So what I'm saying is that we cannot fall for this. I'm supporting David Crawley 100%. Because I believe in what he's done. He's come down here and he's talked to us and he's shared what his vision is. And I'm not saying he's better than anybody, but I'm on record, on the radio saying he won 85% of the vote in Milwaukee County. I'm voting for David Crawley, even though I don't live in Milwaukee, because that's who I vote. Mandela, you had your turn. If you would have just been patient and listened to me, bro, because I've done work for you when you ran for lieutenant governor. I took you to all the black churches in Racine. You should have been patient and waited your turn. But because you listened to somebody else, you ran against leaders like a fool, and then you ran against Johnson and lost. Nobody voted for you. Go sit down somewhere and go find you a real job. Thank you, Michelle.
All right. And I'm just going to be saying, in fairness, let's be clear. People did vote for him. It was not a blowout. Johnson didn't have a blowout because this state is a fairly 50-50 leaning Democrat Republican state. So that's one thing, just so we clear. And that's one of the things I think that's driving their decision for him to get into the race, is because they understand that this is a 50-50 state and that those votes can swing either way. But when you have another credible, and thank you for the call, bro, I appreciate it. But when you have another credible candidate already in the race, okay, who has a real track record, now we creating a problem. And I want to be clear. I don't know what the votes are going to look like for the current Lieutenant Governor, Sarah Rodriguez. Um, she may pull, because she married to a Hispanic man, she may pull a huge swath of Hispanic voters. She may pull the white female vote. That's progressive and liberal. Missy Hughes, who was an economic advisor to Tony Evers. I don't know what Missy getting ready to do. I'm not thinking nothing great, but we'll see. Um, so it's a lot of ways for this progressive vote, because that's what it is for the most part, a liberal leaning progressive vote to be split. Black folks don't identify themselves for the most part like that. We don't get into the whole I'm progressive. The only black people that really talk like that is black people that run with white folks and got to get funding for white organizations to do the work that they do. Because you got to throw the word progressive in, because that's they jam. That's what they want to hear. We're progressive. We are about fairness, equity, and inclusion. Now, if that falls under the progressive mantra, wonderful. We can all be on the same page. But we getting ready to see a seismic shift now in the way these next few months are going to play out leading up to that August primary. We getting ready to see a shift. Money is getting ready to come into these races that, and we already was waiting to get to the first of the year. But Mandela has long let people know I have a far-reaching ability to raise dollars outside of the state of Wisconsin. It's a bunch of folks sitting on the sidelines, primarily white folks, that are like, we want to help Mandela. We will see where Crawley's money is going to come from. We know that Abley was a big supporter. Alex Lasry was a big supporter in the county executive race. We will see where those dollars line up this time. But this is going to be interesting in terms of our community. I'm talking about black folks now, in-house. I got to go to a break. But how black folks respond to this. Because David already had a challenge in terms of name ID recognition on a state level. He got the ability, but you need money to also to be able to get that messaging out. But I'm sorry. DC got a way better record than Mandela got. Way better. I got to take a break. I'll be right back. All right, family. Let me go to the phone line. Hey, caller, what's happening? Hello.
Hello,
Yes, hello.
who is this?
This is WNOV. Who is this?
This is the Reverend Dr. Andrew Ward for your information.
It ain't for my information. You call me,
For
bruh.
you,
I ain't call
listen,
you
for your
for
information.
your information.
You
Call
are
here
too
talking slick.
argumentative. You are too argumentative.
You started, man. Who is this? You
I
started,
want
Dr.
to tell
Ward.
you something,
Here we
and what it is that I'm looking at you on the TV,
go. And
and you make that fit look good. That should increase your pulling power.
Pulling power, yes, sir.
Another thing, too.
oh,
Another thing.
yes, sir.
You are very professorial in your presentation, and you need to teach. You need to be further than the radio. And I told y'all 1,000 times before, y'all should give college credit for y'all's presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Ward.
And I was teaching at UWM in the 70s, and I was teaching educational psychology. The students evaluate the teacher, and one student said, "I didn't know my Piaget."
No.
I'll give them that. Piaget ain't been heard of lately, and I've asked Freud. But I put those questions. I posed 2 questions to my students, and they wanted to ask me how that related to the class. One question was, "Who discovered America?"
Mm-hmm.
And they asked me, "Do you get credit for that?" You get extra credit. The answer was, whoever you want to name. Was anybody here when they got here? And the other question was, and I give them credit, my students were almost all white. I had probably one black student in class. And I asked them, who was the greatest entertainer to ever step onto a stage? And it's white student, music student. He got it right. You know who he was, don't you?
Who was it?
Dr. James Brown.
Oh, okay.
And you know, James Brown does have an honorary doctorate. You know that, don't you?
You know how I feel about honorary doctors, though.
Yeah, I heard
right.
what you said, but when an expert drops one on you, you need to take it and
yes,
run
sir.
with it and be thankful.
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna let y'all go.
Thank you, sir. Do I have another caller? Let me get them in. Hey, caller, what's happening?
Well, good morning, Miss Michelle Bryant.
What up, JT? How you doing this morning, sir?
Are you kidding me?
No.
Are you kidding me? First of all, Michelle,
yes.
Thank you for very much for keeping it real and telling it like it is.
I do what I can.
Telling it like it is. I appreciate that. Because, as a matter of fact, I also like to say to all you, what you have said and the callers have said mostly this morning was just down to earth real. So I'm not going to go there because I think you and the callers that called in put it almost in a nutshell. When it comes to voting, another Barnes or whatever the case may be, I think it was very informational, and I think it was very positive and right on time. So I just want to say that quickly because what I'm trying to say, I didn't call in to say anything important for right now. Maybe the next time I call in, I talk. You know me.
No, it's just good to hear from you. Good to hear from you.
But Michelle, well, I would like to say it all.
Yes.
Thank you for that. And can I mess with the double legend, Mr. Debo?
Do whatever you need to do.
First of all, I'd like to say good morning to the double legend, Mr. Debo, and good morning to my brother, Mr. Jermaine Rideout.
Good morning,
he said you his daddy now. He can't be your brother and the daddy
Papa.
too.
Don't start. Why y'all start? Why y'all start, man? Oh my God.
Devo, I'm getting ready to go there, Devo. I'm gonna get you first. Devo.
Okay.
if you don't mind, sir, I want to say, okay, hey, Devo.
Yes,
The last time I went to E&J Liquor, and I parked my car outside of E&J Liquor. Hey, I was walking. Hey, Jermaine.
Yes, sir.
I parked in front of E&J Liquor, got out the car, headed towards the entrance. Guess what I saw?
What you see?
I saw a statue of Devo, man.
I can believe it. I can believe it.
I saw a life-size statue of Devo. Now, see, they got a picture of me inside, and they got a portrait of you. But at the entrance, they had a life-size statue of Devo made out of pewter. Pewter. I said, oh, man, I'm so proud of Devo. Hey, E&J Liquor had a statue of him standing outside the entrance of the door. Hey, Devo, congratulations, my brother.
Thank you.
He said, thank you.
Now let me mess with Mr. Jermaine right out.
Papa.
Jermaine, I done finally figured it out.
What's that?
Every time you call me Pops, I know, Michelle, I know now that's a scam him and his dad got going on. Because the other day, I was walking through Walmart's parking lot, and Jermaine's dad almost tried to run me down. I said, wait a minute, man. I've been sending you postcards and stuff like that trying to tell you that your son is not my son. You shouldn't be having fun like that. He said, that's okay. Hey, give me $50, and I won't try to run you down the next time. So I gave him $50. He said, next time you send me a postcard, put $100 in it, and I won't say nothing. I said, okay.
So they extorting you?
They keep going up.
So anyway, I just want to say, Michelle, I love everybody there in the studio, and I love the listening audience, because I was blessed to have what can I say? 31 years? Yeah, 31 years. Listening in and interacting with not only WNOV, but WLUM 1290 with Eric Vaughn back in the days, which is going to take me to closing, Michelle. I'm going to close on this.
Okay.
I want to thank you yesterday for talking about the Cowboys, the Black Cowboys.
Yes, sir.
Because I remember calling into 1290 radio station. That's when Eric Vaughn went to Arizona for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, Mr. Joe Manali, who wrote, I think he was a journalist or something like that for the Sentinel newspaper, him and Cassandra. That particular time, I think it was about 1998 or something like that, between 1998 or 2000. But I remember telling Joe Manali when he was talking about Cowboys, I mentioned the fact that Cowboys came from slavery. Because that's what everything you talked about yesterday. I'm not going to go there, but everything you talked about yesterday.
Yes, sir.
That's what I expressed to Mr. Joe Manali back then in 1998. So you just took me back in time when you said that, and I got that from my grandmother, who was born in 1912. The only reason she remembered her birthday that raised me, my grandmother that raised me, Miss Ella Davis, she was born in 1912, and she said the only reason she remembered her birthday because parents said that's when the Titanic sunk, but she got it from her grandmother. So I already knew that where the true meaning of cowboys and the music they play and stuff like that came from. So, Michelle, I just want to thank you so very much because you did an excellent job explaining that yesterday. You and Jermaine, y'all did an excellent job explaining that. So I just want to say that it just took me back in time because I said that way back then, since when and since how.
All right.
But anyway, I just want to say everybody have a good morning. Be safe out there. And Michelle, I just wanted to come in and mess with Mr. Debo and Jermaine for a second, dear. But thank you so very much for being for real like you are, okay?
All right. Thank you, JT. All right, family. All right. Yeah, look, thank you. All right, so this is my day to end early. And the other topics that I had on tap, because I'm not going to bring a guest in tomorrow because I want to be able to talk about the stuff with the Department of Defense and Pete Hegseth and intentionally killing 2 people that were stranded in the water after their attack on September 2nd. It's a lot to cover, but I spent, the bulk, my entire show, quite frankly, after, just introductory messing around, talking about this race for governor, because it's so important. It's so important that we make not decisions based on who I like, not decisions based on feelings, but results, receipts, capabilities, and and information and data, y'all. We have to. You can't trot out the union and I'm gonna lean on that shield. No, not at not damn near 40 years old. Where's the work? This is gonna come up more. We'll see if we get him in here in the studio this time around. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm real disappointed that he made the decision to get in, because I know what it's getting ready to do to our community. And if you are somebody that is here for public service and for what's right, yeah, you think about those things when you make these decisions. It's a whole bunch of things I could do that I don't do because it's not good for our community. With that, that's a wrap for the show today. Let me say goodbye and and say how much I appreciate the bros in the studio. Mr. Rideout,
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Devo. Clark wasn't here today, was he?
Nope.
Okay, I think so. All right, family. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. For everybody that texted me, chimed in, I appreciate y'all. Peace.